Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders was obviously almost there for May the 2nd. Is that now completely out of the window for this year with everything that's happened?
No, I think that fight's still likely to take place, to be honest with you. I think there's no secret that DAZN want Gennady Golovkin to fight Canelo Alvarez. Gennady Golovkin, we have a contract in place with Zerameta to fight Gennady Golovkin, so that's another issue. And I do think that Canelo and Golovkin would like to fight Billy Joe Saunders and Zerameta before they fight each other. I see it as quite a similar situation as the Fury position with Joshua, in that if they don't get the chance to take that fight by end of July, mid-August, they're only going to fight once this year, So then it starts saying, well, I should just have the biggest fight I can, really. But in an ideal world, Golovkin will fight Zerameta, Canelo will fight Saunders in July, probably, and then they fight each other later in the year. I don't think people can now be as obsessed with Cinco de Mayo and the September date. That's almost crazy to think, oh, well, we must fight on September. You got to plan your career around those dates. And the truth is that when boxing returns, there's going to be a huge demand, particularly in terms of TV audience and pay-per-view numbers as well, because there will be more people at home in the short term. And you might see that with WrestleMania the other night. Again, UFC coming up. Who knows? The numbers could be off the charts on those pay-per-views.
I won't ask for your review of WrestleMania. I know what a huge WWE fan you are, but I won't ask you for too much detail on that. You mentioned about Saunders probably still getting the Canelo fight. He's obviously under suspension from the British Boxing Board of Control at the moment. Is there no chance that any of the state commissions out in the US kind of replicate that suspension?
Possibly. I mean, I think it's more, they'll probably follow the British Boxing Board of Control. I don't think that, I think it would be very unreasonable for a state to go against the British Boxing Board of Control, who are effectively dealing with the incident. I've commented on the incident in terms of he's a prat, Billy. I mean, I don't know if you know Billy. I know you must do, but he's got a good heart. He is a good bloke. He does a lot for charity, but every now and again, he does the most stupid thing you can ever think about. And there's no malice in it. There was no intention to, motivate people to increase domestic violence and stuff like that. But you just can't do it because it's wrong, So it's, at some point, you have to look at also the people around him and say, who is filming it? Like, at what point do you say, yeah, stick that up, Bill, that'll be a laugh? I mean, I don't understand.
Everyone
will
love that, yeah.
Even Joe Bloggs, who works down a local cafe, who's got 20 followers on Facebook, it would have been a silly thing to put up. But for a world champion with a track record of doing stupid things, but I just hope that is taken into consideration. The fact that, what's frustrating about Billy is the same weekend that he put the video up, he was out at many NHS hospitals delivering food parcels and all, and it's like one step forward, two steps back sometimes with Billy. But I know that the board, the British Boxing Board of Control, these people know Billy and they know that he's a decent kid.
Sure.
But you've got to stop, and you got to slap him on the wrist, in my opinion, and you probably got to fine him and say, you're a prat. Please, Billy, one more and you're out. Or I don't know, but I think it would be very harsh to lose the opportunity of your lifetime and the legacy over this, to be honest with you. And it's a shame because a lot of people like that about Billy. Maybe not that, but, they like the fact that there is that edge, there is that rawness, and there's that unpredictability. I'm sure it's like when you interview him or any of you guys interview him, it's like, let's get Billy because you just never know what he's going to say to drive interest. So we all want it in a way, but we don't want it to a level where it becomes X-rated or offensive, So a lot of people, I've seen the responses on social media of a lot of people sort of backing him and saying, oh, it's ridiculous. You can't get away with anything these days. It was only a joke. How can you not see that was a joke? And I understand that. But in his position, you just can't do it.